infrastructure plays a crucial role in determining the development of a nation. And in this episode of Science of Spirituality, we bring to you a candid conversation between the top market experts and the mystic guru, where he will shed light on the role and importance of building essential infrastructure not only for the economic development of the nation, but to also support the welfare of society and quality of life.
Sadhguru, thanks for having us here, this wonderful place. We are at the Suryakund, the engineering marvel that we see. Sadhguru, I had a dip yesterday and some time back also. And there is this very nice, for a short time that I was there, one felt energized and one felt quite lively after I came out of there. Is there something to do with how it is built, what is behind it, how does it work?
This is referred to as the Tirthakund. The word Tirth means inflamed or energized water. We can energize water in different ways, as today there is substantial science telling us that water has memory. This is something that we've always known in this culture, that water has memory. How you treat it, accordingly it behaves within you. So Tirthakund is an opportunity for people to transform the waters within themselves, because this water is energized with a solidified rasalinga, which is a powerful way of transforming whatever is around it. It can even transform the air. This is an energized pool. By being there, it lowers your blood pressure, it tingles up your nervous system in a big way. It really brings balance and stimulation to your nervous system without any stimulants. Above all, it balances the energy within you. The energy body comes to a certain level of balance and rejuvenation. We have recorded that many people have come out of their physical ailments just by taking dips in the Tirthakund, staying for a certain period of time. So one must experience this, it's a wonderful possibility.
Sadhguru, water is so important, and as a country we have failed to provide clean, simple drinking water to the population. We have achieved many great things as a country, including sending satellites to Mars. But when it comes to basic infrastructure, basic amenities, we have failed as a country. How does one explain this?
In 1947, how much per capita water we had in this country? Today we have less than 20% of that. It's believed by 2025 we will have 7% of that. That means you will not only drink water in bottles, you will also shower in bottles. That's where it's going, because for 1.25 billion people, we don't have enough fresh water in the country. We can make sure with simple processes, taking care that fresh water is properly stored, we can make sure all human beings who live in this country will have substantial water for their survival and well-being. But we have not taken care of this. This is essentially lack of planning. Leadership has no long-term thought. Probably in some ways this is the bane of an infant democracy, where leaders keep changing, maximum of 5 years, but many times in 2 years, 3 years. So they don't have a long-term strategy for the nation, they're only thinking in terms of 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. So, as we mature as a nation, it is time we plan our resources, fundamental resources of water, food and air, truly long-term. If we don't do that, then we'll bring our population to a great amount of suffering in the coming years.
Sadhguru, there's a lot of optimism around in the last 2 years after the new government came in. What is your perspective? Are they really thinking long term? Are they really trying to solve this problem at a more fundamental level?
Definitely thinking, no question about that. Definitely thinking more clearly than ever before, I believe. But still it is yet to find traction on the ground. We need to understand this is a very large and diverse country. There is more activism in the nation than activity, unfortunately. For everything people know how to protest, how to comment. We have taken our democracy too seriously, but the development of the nation, we have not taken it so seriously. Our rights of being democratic, we have taken it very seriously, but our responsibilities of building a nation, we have not taken it seriously enough. I'm saying from the lowest level onwards. Just the leadership cannot change the nation, it's the people. So at least this much we must come to in our country. 3 months before election, let's talk all the things we want to talk, debate everything that we want to debate. Once we've elected somebody, whoever it is, next 5 years we must just support them to make the nation happen. This culture has to come.
Sadhguru, if we see, is it the political class to be blamed or is it people to be blamed? Like for example, in last 10 years, as a nation we have imported $221 billion of gold, silver and diamond. That's some money going out of a poor country like India. If we had retained that money in India, put it into building roads, hospitals, our growth would have been better, so many people would have been lifted out of poverty. So why are we as a nation, as a citizen, as a society failing?
I wouldn't say that as the main parameters of failure or success. Still we are in a state where we don't trust anything other than gold and land, okay? We may play, some people, a small number of people may play in the stock market, but when you come down, people only trust gold and land. I'm saying the gold is because… the investments in gold is because they trust the gold. They believe any day when things go bad, they must have gold. They must have a balance between gold and land. This is an age-old wisdom. A famine comes, a war happens, something happens, then you can't take your land. Land will become useless, you must have gold. So this traditionally, people always invest between gold and land. Only when real estate is bad, people invest in stocks.
On the other side, Sadhguru shares his thoughts on stock market investments, the code to real development of the nation and need for spiritual infrastructure. Stay tuned.
Do you think you're meaning a spiritual infrastructure to be built apart from the physical infrastructure which we are focusing on?
We have seen wherever material development happens without the inner necessary balance and focus, people only bring ailments and suffering to themselves rather than bringing well-being to their life.